AI systems will have to be monitored. Oh God, we're all going to be home monitors. Oh, because that's the thing I'm seeing. I saw another thing and it said, well, uh, the jobs are going to be like babysitting AI, data annotators, chatbot developers, stable diffusion and DALI artists, codec specialists, AI ethicist. Oh, that's interesting. Right. AI governance. So there'll be stuff in that. I think, frankly, though, a lot of people are going to be doing some form of that reinforcement, human reinforcement learning shit.
Oh gosh. So ethicists will finally have a job. And it makes me think of the high frequency trading folks who earn $500,000 a year for being able to program trading software for high frequency trading floors. And all they do is sit there and babysit it. Talking about annotating, it's like we're effectively there to make ourselves obsolete by perfecting the AI,
Right.
because we're gonna annotate, we're gonna correct, we're gonna add the little bit of data that didn't learn, and then we're gonna teach it how to extract that data so it's accurate. And
Mhm.
then we lose that bit of our day job because now the AI is doing it. How long is that gonna opportunity last until all of those gaps are closed? A few years, maybe?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like, it's going to probably take a while. I'm sure this is going to be one of those things where, like, we had the big breakthrough. It very much appears, for all practical purposes, and we're gonna get that 80% quick, right? But then it's the last 20%. The refinement and the more advanced, nuanced cases, right? It's like we've had self-driving cars for over a decade now, you know, but they're still not ready. It's
Mm.
because there's so many edge cases in a car that could lead to a death. They have to kind of get all of them. I mean, everyone they can think of, and so and then there's this other stuff like we're gonna have to have a debate. I heard this one the other day about how do we decide who gets killed? How do we train a car to decide if two people are gonna get killed for sure? It's assessed the situation, it's beyond terminal. Who does it kill? Because it's gonna have a choice.
The one who pays for the electric, for the gas. The one who pays the monthly repayment to the car company. He
Probably.
lives.
All right. Let's maybe find one more topic. What was I thinking about the other day? Before I came here. There was identity stuff, fraud detection. It's not that interesting. Credit scoring. Well, I think I can ask you one. All right. Ready?
Mhm.
All right, Gav. So we were talking before the show about finding friction in the customer journey, right? And how to apply AI. You know, where do you look? Where do you think that's going to be? Where are the long wait times? Where typically have you seen that companies are taking too long to get back to people?
Well, from a traditional perspective, first of all, I'd be thinking about your standard analytics is
Hmm.
across the user journey. So you might have traditional business analysts that are looking for those friction points. You might have product analytics in your platform that shows you where the drop offs are. It's one thing to have friction, it's another thing whether that actually damages your revenue, right?
Hmm.
If the only way that a customer can get service is by hanging on the phone for 2 minutes, they might be pissed about it, but they're still going to do it. So
Hmm.
how does that affect your revenue? Average handling time is an issue for companies because they're paying for the customer agent to be on the phone with you while they fix your problem. So that's kind of where my head's at, is looking for where do we have evidence that it's affecting revenue performance, either additional cost or lost income. And then maybe that's a place to initially focus, because you care less about the customer delight of their
Mhm.
experience than the impact on revenue. It's just how it is. Once you've covered your bases with the impact on revenue, then yes, then you think about brand reputation or delight to the customer because they're going to increase their word of mouth and more referrals because I had such a good time, etc. So it's kind of prioritize or ordering things in that way. Um, and then automating those opportunities. I mean, that's more than a little 1 minute short segment here. There's 1,000 ways to automate,
Mhm.
and they're becoming more sophisticated. So we can wrap there, or we can extend this segment.
No, let's go a little bit on this one and just talk about, like, how do you see something like AI chatbots, solving some of these problems? I know you've been studying those recently. Where do you think they
I
can have the most impact?
I mean, I have. I've started to deep dive on that. Again, like, line up your user journey. If you have lots of the your business intelligence, the BI in your organization, if you're anywhere from medium-ish, if you consider yourselves medium-ish up to enterprise, you should have a BI function, business intelligence, and you should be able to see where the pain points in your revenue are. Are you not getting new customers? Are you not retaining customers for very long and you got high attrition? Is the average order value of your customers low compared to the cost of acquiring them? So it's that general business analyst stuff first, probably, and then you're going to find the opportunity. So, for example, if it's we don't get enough customers, okay, do you get enough traffic? Do you have enough visibility?
Mhm.
If not, if that feels like the bottleneck, you're chasing the bottleneck.
Mhm.
Whatever that bottleneck is in your entire end-to-end customer lifecycle, then there's probably an automation solution or an AI assisted solution. So with your example of a chatbot, if the problem is the initial sale, then you're going to invest a lot of time and effort, because incremental percentage increases have a massive impact overall on your pipeline. So you might invest 50, if you're a medium-sized company, easily spend 50K on, you've identified the bottleneck, the sales is the problem, put a task force together, external people, internal people, have an intelligent conversation, bring in different perspectives, and solve one pain point, one friction point, one bottleneck. So AI chatbot can speak to your visitor, find out what they're interested in, ask them what they're trying to solve. Have a really intelligent conversation. Don't make it the traditional live chat bot of 10 years ago.
Right.
If what you've got is scripted responses, then you've got very narrow window of not pissing off the visitor. Because as
Mhm.
soon as they ask a question that your live chat bot doesn't have the exact response to, the conversation is going to be awkward. Today's stuff with the natural language processing is radically different. So you've got to be able to put in your knowledge base so that there's the content is there, and then you use the natural language processing to make a human, almost even a human real conversation, and again find out what they want to solve, what the size of the problem is. Just have that conversation that's automated and make that initial sale. And once you've done that, then you're going to go and chase the bottleneck in the rest of your customer life cycle.